Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. I
believe that meeting some slut online is the same as having another wife. I was young too in the past. I remember being super young thinking, well, sure, I'm married to Cookie over here. This is Cookie. I married her. And this is how you know when you're doing it, right? This is how brothers do it. They go beat the hoe and have sex with her, right? And then as soon as the sex is over, they go, yeah, you know, you're my wife now. Yeah. Yeah, we married. Oh, yeah, I see I'm Israelite. He's right here on my shoulder. And the hoe go, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, my name is actually Rakab, and we married now because sex is marriage in the Bible. And the hoe goes, I don't know what the hell you talking about, Timothy. And you go, you don't want to be married to me? All right, then. All right. I tried to tell you. Who are you fooling, man? Who you think you fooling? God? The Lord sees what you did. The Lord sees that you knew this woman would not stay with you. And so you just tell her you're an Israelite after you have sex, knowing that she is not a woman that will ever be an Israelite and will respect it. And so you know she's going to leave you. And let me tell you what some of you dummies don't know. Some of those hoes, you're going to say, yeah, I'm an Israelite. She's going to go, really? What is that about? Tell me all about it, because I'm staying with you and I'm keying your car and I'm cutting all your clothes up and you're my husband. And you're going to be like, what? You staying? That's going to shock you. Because that whole Cookie going to be like, you an Israelite? What is that? You know what? I'm staying with you. Tell your other wife about me. Matter of fact, I'll call her. I'm going to tell your other wife about me because you married Cookie today. When am I getting my Hebrew name? When am I getting this? And the Cookie is going to stay with you. And call your other wife on the phone and tell her that now you married the Cookie, you're waiting on your Hebrew name, and you're going to go, damn, this ain't what I thought.
And they turned us into the enemy. Feel me? They turned us into the bad guy.
Shit is just different, man. I'm showing the difference.
I'ma show them it's a difference. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break this whole block down, all I gotta do is business. Stuff in Mac Shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said, who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping my mind. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This Taurus hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb. Drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me, if you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping, you can see the tracks. Follow me, I could teach you something, have receive, relax. If you gon' speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give them some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watch and chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I would eat for him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I don't step, I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got to flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Hey, shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shah, Rocket Thumb, Yahweh, Shema, Thumb, Hashem, Yahweh, Shah. Priest and officer, I'm a Wanga Bar. You feel me? Ashby, Kentucky, under Commander Johanna. You feel me? Tuesday night brotherhood class. ISUPK since 1969. We're teaching the truth. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is the chosen people of God that are oppressor. The devil the Bible speaks of. You feel me? Tonight I want to clap it up for both of the troopers. You feel me? Both of the troopers in here for class. You feel me? Ready to get it on, rock it out. You feel me? What I also want to invite everybody to do, you feel me, is to pay their tithes. You feel me? Go to ashpay.com, Make sure you paying your tithes to the true men of the Lord. You feel me? You done gave all your money to all the drug dealers, all the scammers, all the hoes. You feel me? Might as well give that 10%, you feel me, to the men of the Lord. Now that you're learning the truth. Yeah, but with that being said, so tonight, class, what we're going to talk about is the truth about the number 666. Because a few classes, a few weeks ago, we went over the Antichrist, and we broke down how the Antichrist has been here since Christ's been on the scene. And it's just anybody that teaches against Christ. You feel me? Anybody that teaches against the doctrine of Christ. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is the number 666, because it plays a significant role. You feel me? The Antichrist and the 666 is one and the same, but 666 plays a significant role. It's real direct. It's more direct than most people even know. Like a lot of people play around with it, you know, and just say it's the devil, or you worshiping the devil, or they say like our shields. You feel me? This is not the hexagram that's on the Baphomet, the Illuminati. You feel me? That's a 5-point star. You feel me? That's a whole nother topic though. But the 666 it plays a significant role in real life. Like it's not fake. You know, a lot of people think it's fake. A lot of people think it's make believe or just some fairy tale, but it's true. And we're gonna break it down tonight. The truth about that number 666. So if I could, Anakwadum, if you can go to that first article I sent you about the members of Congress. You feel me? And this also is real significant because, of course, the government is solely ran by the Republican Party. You feel me? They run the House, they run the Senate, and they in the seat of the president. You feel me? Real talk.
Okay, you want me to start where it says members of Congress?
Yeah, you can start there. Yeah.
Members of Congress. Use GovTrack to find out who represents you in Congress, what bills they have sponsored, and how they voted.
Right.
Then it just shows how to find your representative and senators. Want me to go down to about the Senate?
No, go ahead. Where it say the United States Congress has 2 chambers.
Oh, come. The United States Congress has 2 chambers, one called the Senate and the other called the House of Representatives, or House for short, which share the responsibilities of the legislative process to create federal statutory law.
Right. So the government is basically it's ran by the Senate and the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives I think it's gonna go into it. I think this article will go into it, so ain't no need for me to break it down. But the House of Representatives makes up the people that lives in this one particular area. You go ahead.
They occupy opposite ends of the Capitol building.
Right.
About the Senate, the United States 50 states each elects 2 senators for a staggered 6-year terms.
Mm-hmm.
A senator represents between 0.6 and 40 million people, depending on their state's population.
Right. So yeah, so the 2 senators in each state, they represent the people of that state. You know, I know a lot of people probably didn't really understand that, you know, why you was voting and stuff like that. But the Capitol building in DC, one half is the House of Representatives, the other half is the Senate. You know, because they play a big part in lawmaking and decision makings in America. You feel me? Real talk. Where it say the senator, 2 people in one state, depending on how big the state, like California, Texas, it could represent 40 million people. Just 2 people. Them 2 people making decisions, coming up with what they should do, what they decide to do, is representing 40 million people. So like, let me put it on the screen. I ain't even got it on the screen. Like, I'm just sitting there talking. I ain't even know it wasn't even being shown. The whole grid. It's like the whole map showing everything. It's like I'm just talking shit.
The day-to-day activities of the Senate are controlled largely by the political party holding the most seats
Right. The
called the
political party holding the most seats. That's why everybody was going crazy saying, like, damn, the Republicans, they got the House, they got the Senate, and they got the presidency and stuff like that. Because the House and the Senate is really the ones making the decision. You feel me? They really the ones making the decision. And if they Republican, of course, we know that they, they don't hide their racism. You feel me? There ain't gonna be no slick tactics to try to make it look like they tried. They gonna outright not give a fuck. Excuse my friend. But the Democrats, of course, gonna try to hide it and basically pat your back like you a baby, making you seem like it was nothing they could do. When really they just didn't care. So they both still one and the same. But this just showing you who's really running stuff. You feel me? They don't have all these members of Congress and they not doing nothing. They don't have all these members of Congress and they not running nothing. Like real talk.
called the majority party. Here is a count of senators by party. Republicans 51, Democrats 47.
Right.
Includes two.
Right. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Includes two independents who caucus with the Democrats.
Right. So they even the two independents that's riding with the Democrats, still not enough. That's 49 to 51. Boom, they got the Senate. The Republicans got the Senate.
Vacancies 2 and total seats 100. Although Republicans hold the most seats, they represent just 45.8% of the country's population because the Senate gives 2 seats to each state, regardless of each state's population. The District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S.'s 4 other island territories, American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands are not represented in the Senate.
Right. So yeah, those countries owned by they still ruled by America. They just don't have a Senate seat. And they say the senators, of course, these two times 100 people, 100 senators. It's 100 of them. 100 people. It said they represent 45% of the population. It's billions of people in America. That's not a small number. That's almost half. Almost half of the country's population is represented by 100 people. Like real talk. And we finna get in depth because, like I said, that number 666 is such a valuable number. You feel me? Like the Bible had to be written by the finger of God. You feel me? For them to put that number in there saying what it said about 666. And right now we got 100 members of Congress. 100 members so far of the Senate.
The table below shows a breakdown of how many years the senators have been serving in office.
Right. All right, you could drop down to about the House of Representatives.
Okay. About the House of Representatives, the United States is also divided into 435 congressional districts with a population of about 760,000 each.
Right. So each House of Representative, each one represents 760,000 people. Just one person. Just one person represents 760,000. And it's 434 districts. So that makes 435 members of the House of Representatives. Plus 100 members of the Senate. That's 535 members of Congress. You see where I'm going with this? Anybody see where I'm going with this? Nobody see where I'm going with this. I'm in this by myself. All right, most high Christ. Well, let's get to it. We getting, as you see, we getting real close to that number 666.
Okay.
That people associate with the devil or Satan. You feel me? Like real talk. We're getting real close to that number. Right now we at 535.
Each district elects a representative to the House of Representatives for a 2-year term.
Right.
As in the Senate, the day-to-day activities of the House are controlled by the majority party.
Right. It's controlled by the majority party, which we know is the Republicans. You feel me? It's finna break it down, but we know that just from the election that just passed. Because this is what it's speaking about, the election that just passed.
Here's a count of representatives by party. Republicans, 219. Democrats, 215. Vacancies 1 and total seats 435.
Right, 435. So you got 435 members of the House of Representatives, 219 Republican, 215 Democrat. You got one that's just vacant, which of course they ride with the Democrats. So that's 435 altogether.
The 435 congressional districts do not include the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S.'s 4 other island territories.
Right.
Americans.
So that number is not even known. That number is not even known because those 435 do not represent Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and U.S. 4 other island territories. You feel me?
American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, which each send a non-voting delegate to the House. Puerto Rico's delegate is called the resident commissioner.
Right. Yeah. So we can drop that and go to that next article I sent you about the cabinet.
Okay. Cabinet. The cabinet's role is to advise the president on any subject he or she may require relating to the duties of each member's respective office.
Right. So you got the 535 members of Congress, and then now you got the cabinet who advises the president because he can't do it all on his own. You feel me? He got the cabinet, and not only do he got the cabinet, he got 535 members of Congress.
Right. President Joe Biden's cabinet includes Vice President Kamala Harris and the heads of the 15 executive departments.
She is second in command, ahead of 15 other departments. Go ahead, read the departments real quick if you could.
Okay. The secretaries of agriculture, commerce, defense, education, energy, health and human services, homeland security, housing and urban development, interior, labor, state, transportation, treasury, and veterans affairs, and the attorney general.
Right. Okay. So look. So now we're getting real close to 666. We're getting real close to the number. You feel me? If you haven't got the picture by now, the 666, the beast that the Bible spoke of, is talking about the government of Esau, the government of Babylon the Great, the last kingdom that's going to rule before Christ's return. That is talking about the governing members. You feel me? The House of Representatives, the Senate, the cabinet, because it's 15 executive departments of the cabinet. Each one of them has somebody that's above it. You got the Secretary of State, got the Secretary of Treasury, and all these people have people under them. They help them make decisions, even go to the president. You feel me? Look, you got a black man. He the Secretary of Defense. You feel me? You got white women. You got Chinese women, Julie Su. You feel me? The 666 is the governing branch of Babylon the Great. You feel me? Of America, of the last kingdom that's going to rule before Christ's return. And the leaders, the members of the 666, they even got black people in it. It's black people in it. Look, Adrian Todman, Deputy Secretary performing the delegable duties of the secretary. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what she do, but it's important to the government.
Right.
Whatever she doing, it's important to the government where she holds this title. You feel me? So the 666 is a real group of people that's governing and ruling the planet. You feel me? Because America runs the earth. So they got black man in there. Michael Reagan, administrator of an environmental protection agency. Feel me? They got all type of different heathens up in this branch. You feel me? They got a lot of black women. Say she the Office of Management and Budget. Like real talk. So these is the members of the cabinet that report directly to the president from what they people tell them that they should do. Feel me? So you got 535 members of Congress. You got the 25 members of the executive branch, and then you got the people that work under them. And when you do the math, I bet you that number rounds up to almost exactly 666.
Right.
666. All right, hey, Kabaya Mafia, you can go to that article I sent you. That's the last one we're gonna bring out.
No, right, come on. The executive branch. The power of the executive branch is vested in the President of the United States.
All right, drop down to the president.
The president is both the head of state and the head of government of the United States of America, and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
Right. You keep going.
On Article 2 of the Constitution, the president is responsible for the executive and the enforcement of the law created by Congress.
Right. So this is the president's whole job. For people thinking the president is the outright leader, he's not. The number 666. The 666 members of Congress, of the executive branch, those are the leaders as a group. It say he just responsible for the execution and enforcement of the laws created by Congress. It said that's the president's whole job. That's all he do. He responsible for the execution and enforcement of the laws created by Congress. Who is the Congress? The 435 members of the House of Representatives and the 100 members of the Senate, which is 535 members. You feel me? They the ones that create the laws, and he just enforce it. That's his whole job, real talk. So in a nutshell, that's the 666. It's the executive branch and the Congress. You feel me? Of the United States, because it's Babylon the Great. But of course, it's gonna be people that say, well, how do you know this Babylon the Great? Well, let's get to it. Let's get into the scriptures. And if I could, if one of y'all could get Revelations 13 and 15.
I'll bring it out.
All right, you got that one. All right, well, goodbye, Muff. You get Revelation 18 and 2.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right. And what it's talking about, give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast is talking about white Jesus. You feel me? White Jesus is their king. You feel me? And he's really just a man named Caesar Borgia of the Borgia family who was criminals. They was criminals, and he was a homosexual that had sex with his sister. Like real talk. He ain't no man that nobody should be worshiping. You feel me? But they made that image. They gave life into that image to the point where if you say that that's not him, people ready to fight you. People want to argue with you. You feel me? Debate with you over a picture. A picture that was painted during the 1500s because they've given life unto that beast. You feel me? The Roman Catholic Church. You feel me? The Roman Catholic Church have given life unto that image. Like real talk.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. And that's what they've used. You feel me? With that flag, when you see that American flag, when that American flag is being waved around for saying we going into this country or we going into that country because they got weapons of mass destruction or whatever, they really masking that with white Jesus. They masking that flag really with just white Jesus. And that's the real sole reason why they going into this country and taking over this country for whatever resources they got. You feel me? And they just say, well, they didn't want to get with the agenda. You feel me? They didn't want to get down with the agenda.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in
Right.
their foreheads.
Right. And this is how you know this is talking about philosophy. You feel me? This is talking about philosophy more so than a microchip. You feel me? There's people out here still saying that this is talking about a microchip when it's not. You feel me? This is talking about philosophy because you're not making a rich person do anything. You feel me? The only person you can put a microchip in them is a poor person. You feel me? The only person that you can get to kill for you is a poor person. That's why people go to the army. People go to the army because of the philosophy, you feel me, of making America great, fighting for your country. You feel me? Being an outstanding citizen when you're going to go kill for them. That's having a mark in your right hand. You joining the police force saying you want to make the neighborhoods clean. What they say, you gotta help from the inside out. That's how we gonna help the neighborhood. We gotta do it. We gotta change everything from the inside out. And then you get in there and you don't do nothing but just kill a black man.
Right.
Or locking up black people by the masses. You sitting up, now you ready to kill yourself because you took on a mark in your right hand. You took on a philosophy in your forehead. That's what this is talking about.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
Right. You're not accepting Christianity. You're not accepting America's agenda. You ain't buying or selling nothing. Look at Cuba. You feel me? Cuba can't buy or sell nothing. You don't get nothing that say made in Cuba. You don't get nothing that say, you ain't got nothing in your house that say made in Cuba. Because they didn't take the mark. They didn't put on the mark. Well, Haiti. Haiti overthrew the French. Now, Haiti is like a third world country with all them resources. Haiti got all them natural resources. There's no way Haiti should look the way it looked. But they didn't take on the mark. You feel me? North Korea did not take on the mark. You feel me? So they not buying and selling. You feel me? That's why they deal with Russia and China. They stay over there. They don't deal with America and the other European Union countries and stuff like that because they didn't take on that mark.
Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name. What's the number? The 666. You feel me? The 666 is a group of people, which we brought out that's the Congress. That's the executive branch of America. So if you're not dealing with them, then you ain't making no money for real. Your country is going to suffer if you're not dealing with them, if you ain't with what they with. Everybody on that list we just showed you, I guarantee you they're Christian. They had all their pictures on there looking like good old Americans, even the black people. They all go to church. They all believe Jesus is white. They all believe America is the greatest country ever. You feel me? That's who this is talking about. That 666 is talking about the government.
Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast.
Right. And what we just do is say, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. Understanding is common sense. You feel me? This is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. Everything we do is universal practical to our everyday life. The Bible say the number of the beast is 666. So what do? Because we have understanding, we count the number of the beast. We counted them. We just did it right here. Right here, right now, we just counted out to you 666 members of the Congress and the executive branch. Like real talk.
For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right, now 3 score, that's 20. 1 score is 20. So 3 score is 60. That's 666. You feel me? And that is talking about the 535 members of Congress and the executive branch of America. Real talk. All right, so you could drop that. Barry Mafia, you go ahead, go to Revelation 18 and 2.
The book of Revelation, chapter 8 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Right, now this John the Revelator, and he's seeing visions. He was blessed with these visions. You feel me? And he's seen Babylon the Great fallen. Now, Babylon is one of our old captivities. You feel me? We was in captivity under Babylon before Persia, before the Greeks, before the Romans. You feel me? Under Nebuchadnezzar and them. And Babylon is gone. Babylon is a tourist attraction. Just like every country that ever had blacks and Hispanics in slavery. They all got one thing in common, and that's that they're a tourist attraction. You go there to take pictures. What do you go to Greece to do? You go to Greece to take pictures. What do you go to Rome to do? You go to Rome to take pictures of the Colosseums and where the gladiators was at and stuff like that. What do you go to Egypt to do? You go to Egypt to take pictures of them damn tombs that they worship in the damn pyramids. You feel me? Everything is a tourist attraction that ever had blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians in slavery. So Babylon the Great is talking about a new Babylon. You feel me? And John the Revelator seen that it was falling, that it was being destroyed. You go ahead.
It is fallen. It has become the habitation of devils.
Right. And it's become the habitation of devils. You feel me? It's a horde of demons in America. All you gotta do is go outside. The women walking around half naked. They ain't got no clothes on with Jordans. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got see-through clothes on with Michael Jordans. You feel me? The LGBT community is running rampant. They having pride parades and all kind of stuff. It's a habitation of devils here, man. The prisons is filled up sky high. Now they got a fire. Now they want to let the prisoners out to put the fire out. It's a habitation. We in a kingdom that's inhabited by devils. You feel me? By a flock of demons.
In the hold of every foul spirit.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Every unclean spirit, you feel me? Every unclean spirit is living in America. You feel me? Inhabited by devils. It's nothing but deceivers that they run the place. We just talked about the 535 members of Congress. You feel me? What Obama say when them black people asked Obama why he couldn't do nothing? He said, my hands was tied. It's like, that ain't funny, but it's the truth. Like, we voted for you for 8 years, thinking you finna help the black community. When he was done with them 8 years, he told them black men, man, my hands was tied. You feel me? It wasn't nothing I could do. You feel me? Real talk. Because now we see that you don't really run nothing. It's all the members of Congress. That's why you got so many members of Congress, because they the ones really running stuff.
In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Now let's start right there. It say a cage. America is a prison. We've been teaching that since 1969. That America is a prison. They keep talking about go back to Africa, go back to Mexico. As soon as you try to do it, they stopping you. They putting a hold on that. Ain't no mass exodus. They'll let 1 or 2 people go. They got a little money. But why they ain't paid for everybody to leave? They not going to do it. They're not going to do it because their country is going to fall apart. This place is a cage. It's a prison. You feel me? And it's filled with every unclean and hateful bird. Every philosophy that ever existed that went against the Lord is living in America. And if you go against it, they're gonna say that's hate speech. They're gonna say this is my truth. This is what I believe. You feel me? Real talk. But yeah, you could drop that Anakodum. If you can go to Ecclesiasticus 33 and 27 and Apocrypha and Gabari Martha, you can go to Genesis 27 and 9.
Okay. There's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, and verse 27. Send him to labor.
Hold on, wait. And if any of y'all, if y'all got anything y'all want to bring out on the topic or off topic, y'all go ahead.
Okay.
Come on.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
Right. Be not idle. Yep. Be not idle. You got to always stay busy. That's one thing you got to understand. Because they got 535 members of Congress that's staying busy. They staying busy. They always coming up with ideas and plans and plots. You feel me? To try to destroy black people even further. To destroy blacks and Hispanics even more. They got 535 members working daily. What they say, one member of the House of Representatives represents 760,000 people. That one member of the House of Representatives is not sleeping. Him and his crew or her crew, they not sleeping. They not idle. They ain't sitting around. They trying to figure out different ways to oppress you, to make this place more money.
For idleness teacheth much evil.
Right. Idleness teaches much evil. When you sitting there doing nothing, 9 times out of 10, you thinking, you contemplate. And 9 times out of 10, when you doing that, you talking to Satan. That's who you talking to. That's why I say for idleness teaches much evil. Because you sitting idle, not doing nothing while Satan is at work. The so-called white man and his judicial branch, his Congress, his executive branch, they is at work. They not sleeping. You sleep in the bed, cuddled up. They up all night thinking of ways how to sign different laws and sign your life away with a stroke of a pen. With the stroke of a pen, they not idle. You sitting idle talking to Satan, letting Satan trick you. When that ain't what the so-called white man doing. They sitting around and they thinking and they contemplating and they trying to come up with more ways and more laws to destroy your life. I just found out they said that the payroll federal tax went up. Everybody at the slave check was a little short the past week and everybody was going crazy. And they come and find out nothing was wrong. They said that the federal taxes went up on the payroll check. So you just going to live with it. Or go to
if I may.
Or go to Africa. Salak, you go ahead.
Salak, if I may.
Go to Africa.
I did a run last Monday. They sent me to Chicago. And it was a mileage run, so I get paid by the mile instead of hourly when you go that far. So after I clocked out that day, it said that I made like 500 something. By the end of the week, we got a little website we can go and check our stub. It said I made 430 something.
Damn.
So like, I'm like, man,
federal tax payroll.
Something ain't right.
I'm telling you, federal tax payroll went up. The whole slave was going crazy trying to figure out what is going on. And I'm talking about white folks. You feel me? There's white folks that are like going nuts. They ready to go get their AK-47. Whole time the federal taxes went up because you was sleeping. Right. You was idle. You was watching Netflix and chill with your rib. You and your rib was Netflix and chilling. The so-called white man was raising the federal payrolls while you was asleep. While you was cuddled up in the bed. They making more money with a stroke of a pen, and you can't do nothing about it. Real talk.
Verse 28. Set him to work as is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters.
about putting on more work. You feel me? Real time. This is talking about a servant if a servant can work for you. But now that's all I had on that. But if you could drop that, Barry Mafia, you go ahead and go to what you had.
God, I can. The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 9. Go now to the flock and fetch me from those 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loved.
Right. Okay. Right. So this is just a story about when Rebecca, Esau was supposed to get the blessing. Esau, the so-called white man, was supposed to get the blessing, but he, hell nah. What the brother say? Ghana is getting police training from the United States. Good night. Go there if you want to. Like it. But no, this story, what this is talking about is about Rebecca when she was Esau was supposed to get the blessing because he was the older son. He came out first out of the twins, and Jacob was the one that was actually promised the blessing. He was actually Isaac and Rebecca's brother, not just their son. That was their brother. That was their bloodline. That's what a lineage was going through. Esau was nothing. You feel me? He was nothing. And now he basically trying to get the blessing, but he had to go get his father a certain type of meat he liked, and she had to dress him up too. But if you go ahead, it's going to break all that down.
Verse 10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
Right. So Rebecca is trying to get him this blessing because Rebecca knew that Esau, that pale white man, was not her brother. She knew that was her son, but she knew that was not her brother. You feel me? She knew he was something else. Esau's own mother knew that it was something wrong with him. Because right now, during this time, you feel me? They've done nothing wrong. Other than the prophecy she got about the elder gonna serve the younger and they 2 nations. But besides that, this is her son. And she knew that this ain't my brother. That prophecy has to be true because this is not my brother. This is not my family right here. And she wanted Jacob to get that blessing. Are you going? We're going all the way to 13. Salaki.
Verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man.
Is a what?
A hairy man.
Man, look, this is the caveman, the troglodyte. You feel me? Neanderthal. That is the person that's ruling the planet. That is the person that's ruling the richest country, the most powerful country in the world right now. He is Bigfoot. Bigfoot is ruling. The Sasquatch. You feel me? Right. That's the 666. That's his crew. That's his number. He's ruling the planet right now. And Jacob, like, man, look, Esau is a hairy man.
And I'm a smooth man.
I'm a smooth man. You feel me? What Michael Jackson said, I'm a smooth criminal. You feel me? Real talk. We always known for being smooth and slick. That's us. You feel me? But now, of course, we know in the physical sense, this is talking about physical features. But in the spiritual sense, that's true too. We always been a smooth people. That's why everybody want to be like us. Even in slavery, even in our lowest right now, people still want to be like us.
Right.
You hear me? You see somebody with a baseball hat on, a white dude, you say, man, he must want to be black. Because we made that popular. You feel me? We made wearing baseball hats all the time, not at the game. You feel me? We the ones made all that popular. You feel me? We the ones made wearing gold chains. Because that's our culture, wearing gold chains and gold. That's why I never like when people like try to talk about rappers saying, why you got all that jewelry on? You should buy some black wealth. Like, nigga, shut up. You bought it, nigga. You would have gave it to some bitch. You just mad he got a gold chain and you don't. And that's just black people for you. Like, real talk.
Right.
Like that's just our culture though. And when we do it, of course, you see somebody else doing it. We already know they trying to be black. They trying to be smooth. You feel me? They don't want to be hairy. They don't want to be like the hairy, the Bigfoot. You feel me? The caveman. They want to be like the smooth man. Like real talk.
Verse 12, my father peradventure will feel me. I'm looking downstairs, right? And I shall seem to him as a deceiver.
Right. So yeah, he's saying like basically like Esau and him have totally two different textures of skin. You feel me? Hair, all that stuff. You feel me? Just like today. Us black people and so-called white people, we are totally two different people. You feel me? Don't never let nobody tell you we all bleed red. And man, look, that is the devil. I'm just keeping it real with you. We are totally two different groups of people.
And I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
Right. So he thinking he was going to end up getting cursed and not blessed. But the prophecy, you feel me? The covenant, the blessing, none of that was never for Esau in the first place. Because his mama got this in a vision saying that the older gonna serve the younger. And the older was Esau. It's just Isaac, you know, being a respectable man and a follower of the law, he tried to basically do what he thought was best, which was give it to the oldest son and let it be the Lord's will. And it ended up being the Lord's will, and the mother stepped in, like real talk.
Verse 13, and his mother said upon him, upon me be the curse. My son,
Right.
only obey my voice.
And that's one thing we got away from. Like a lot of daughters of Israel now, they nothing like Rebecca. You feel me? They ain't nothing like Rebecca. They let them 434 members of the House of Representatives and them 100 members of the Senate, they let them convince them to turn against black men with their agenda. When this sister said, let the curse be upon me, my son. You feel me? Let the curse be upon me, my son. Because what women got to understand, when you turn against black men, you turning against your black son too.
Right.
Like it only can go, it is only one way that can go. If you turn against black men, you turn it against your black sons, your black nephews. You feel me? You turn it against them too. There's no way around that. And this woman said, let the curse be upon me. Because she wanted her family to prosper. And she knew that Esau was not her family. She knew Esau was not her family. That was not her brother. That was her son, but it was not her brother.
Only obey my voice and go fetch me them.
Right. And that's real talk. Because that man ended up becoming a real problem in the earth, a curse. He became a curse up in this earth. Like real talk. And he been having his foot on black people's neck since the jump. You feel me? Real talk. I said you could drop that. Let's go to Michael Dunn. You go to Acts 16 and 19.
Okay. Book of Acts, chapter 16 and verse 19. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace and to the rulers.
Right. So now during this time, we under oppression of the Roman Empire. And you had brothers like Paul and Silas they trying to go out and teach the truth. You feel me? They trying to go out and teach the truth. But the truth went against the Roman agenda. You feel me? Just like right now today, we teaching the truth, and the truth is going against Babylon the Great. It's going against America. It's going against the 535 members of Congress and their agenda. You feel me? What we doing in ISUPK is we fighting against them. You feel me? We fight against the 500, what they writing at night, trying to come up with, sending to the president to try to sign these different laws and these different bills. We fighting against it every day when we go out there and tell you to serve God, to not eat pork. You feel me? To not celebrate Christmas. You feel me? They making billions of dollars a year on these holidays. Stop celebrating them. They losing money. You feel me? They're gonna lose billions of dollars. You feel me? You stop aborting your babies, that's more black and Hispanic babies. They're gonna lose more money. You feel me? That's more black and Hispanics in America, and less that's in prison. So what Paul and Silas was doing is the same thing we doing now. They just was teaching against the agenda. You feel me? They was teaching against the empire.
Verse 20. And brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city.
Right. These men being Jews, they Israelite, they trouble in the city, and the magistrates is like police. So these people who they trying to go teach the truth to turned them into the police and said they troubling our city. You hear me? They troubling our city. That's why I said I don't know what the Christians doing, but the Christians ain't troubling nobody's city. The Christians, the Muslims, ain't none of them troubling nobody's city.
Right.
Ain't none of them getting the police called upon them. The Jehovah's Witnesses, they knocking on your door. Are you ready for Jehovah's return? Well, if you not, Craig, slam the door in the face. No, but I'm keeping it real. These religions, they can do whatever they want to do. And how do you knock on somebody's door? Like, nowadays you gotta text somebody. You can't just pop up in nobody's crib. You feel me? Y'all fuck with me. But if I come knock on your door, you gonna be like, man, what the fuck this nigga doing? This nigga doing in my crib. He ain't called text or nothing. You can't just pop up in nobody's house no more. But the Jehovah's Witnesses, they will knock on your door in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, whatever, ask you about Jehovah. Like, real talk, it's no way. There's no way. And that's because they accept it. You feel me? They with the agenda. We not. We going against Babylon the Great. You feel me? We going against the governments. You feel me? Of America. We going against everything they say. And we not breaking no laws.
God.
We just telling people to stop celebrating holidays of dollars, though. You feel me? We telling people stop aborting your babies. Now we got more black and Hispanic babies. That's more problems they got to deal with now. You feel me? Now them laws they coming up with ain't gonna be as effective. All the stuff they trying to come up with, all the plots ain't gonna be as effective. Because we building the army now. You feel me? They gonna turn around and see it's more black people and the Mexicans than it is them. Like, real talk. So they're gonna have to tone down the heat a little bit. Like, real talk.
Verse 21. And teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive,
right?
Neither to observe.
And of course, when they say they teaching customs which are not lawful for us to receive, that is talking about the truth. You feel me? What we teach, you would think it's unlawful. You would think it's legal if we say, man, stop eating pork. You go tell somebody you ain't celebrating your birthday or Christmas, man, they're gonna look at you like you robbed somebody. You feel me? They're gonna look at you like you committed a UUW, like you stole on somebody or something, like you selling drugs. You telling people to stop selling drugs, they look at you like you telling them to sell drugs. Because it became a part of their customs. It's a part of the customs of America to celebrate these holidays and live a fast life, and you have sex with whores and and strippers and go to the strip club and throw all your money. It's the customs of America. That's what we just talked about. It's the haven, the habitat of every foul bird and every unclean spirit. To where now, if you try to be righteous, you looked at like you committing a crime. And that's how we looked at. We looked at like we committing a crime. And we ain't doing nothing illegal.
Neither to observe, being Romans.
Right, being, and that's how a lot of black people say, call themselves now foundational Black American. You feel me? They are outstanding citizens. You feel me? And what we teach is unlawful because they Americans, they Black Americans. Like real talk. This is insane. But yeah, if by your Marvel, you could, if you go to 2 Peter 2:14. Yeah, we'll drop that one. It is what it is. Like, yeah, we fighting, like even the Bible said we fight against principalities and the rulers of the dark world. You feel me? That's exactly what we're doing. I'm paraphrasing. Right. But that's what the Bible says. We fight against principalities, principles. You feel me? We fight against people that's doing things in dark places where you don't even know. You don't even got no clue what they coming up with. The whole time they coming up with all kind of.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 14. Having eyes full of adultery, and they cannot cease from sin.
Right, and that's a fact. Adultery, that's why I said, like I said, you tell somebody to stop having sex with men and women, man, they look at you crazy. Because it's a part of the customs of America. That's a custom to have sex with another woman. You that nigga. And to some people in the world look at you, that nigga. You fuck this bitch. Are you that nigga? No, nigga, you a disgusting bastard. You feel me? And you're gonna be put to death, either spiritually or physically, by the hands of the Lord. It's just a matter of time. And you never gonna have a decent relationship.
Right.
You're gonna have a decent relationship because you always gonna wonder, is she finna do that to you? But that's a whole nother topic.
Begotten unstable souls.
No, wait. And they say they cannot cease from sin. You kind of how are you gonna be able to cease from sin? There's no way you could. There's no way you can cease from sin. Was being taught. If that's all that's being taught on an everyday basis, how are you gonna ever stop? You feel me? How you gonna ever stop robbing and stealing and scamming when that's the culture of America? That's how they got America. They stole it. We living on stolen property. How is it ever gonna stop? It's not.
Beguiling unstable souls.
Right, beguiling unstable souls. You feel me? And that's what happens though. You got brothers, you got sisters that they ain't really too confident. They ain't really too sure about what they're supposed to be doing. And they get beguiled. You feel me? They get tricked. You're like Eve in the garden, how she got tricked by the serpent. Nowadays, you're getting tricked by the white man and his agenda, his philosophies. Because you unstable. You was an unstable soul from the beginning.
And heart, they have exercise with copious practices.
And they heart, that's talking about your mind. Feel me? You exercise your mind. You know, exercise is working out. You feel me? You training your mind to want. You feel me? Other things that you're not supposed to have. You feel me? That's what being covered means. That's wanting something that belong to somebody else. You feel me? You want something that belong to somebody. You training your mind to be like that.
Cursed children.
Right, cursed children. How did all this stuff happen? All this stuff happens for being under a wicked nation of people. Under a wicked nation, they're going to rise up wicked men among you. That's what's going to happen. They're going to rise up wicked men among you, which is namely them Christian pastors and all them Christian leaders, all them black leaders, the so-called black leaders that they put in front of you, the rappers, the actors, all that stuff. All that stuff they pushing in front of you. That's how we become the way we become, man. You got gangster rappers that ain't even gangsters. You feel me? You got women that's teaching to be hoes. They got boyfriends at home.
Right.
Taking Italian got a new boyfriend she laid up with every month. She talking about have a hot girl summer while she laid up with a nigga. She laid up with a basketball player. She laid up with an NBA player or a rapper or some nigga. you somewhere getting passed around the hood by Lil Ray Ray now because of Megan Thee Stallion. Like Megan Thee Stallion, you getting passed around while she laid up with an NBA player. Now, nigga, you can't even make that up. That's some real shit. It's a Salakia.
Verse 15, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the ways of Balaam, the son of Borzoi.
Right now, this is something he's what Peter do. He comparing this to something that happened to us back during the time we was coming out of Egypt. You feel me? Because we finna be coming out of America soon. You feel me? America is about to fall apart. America is about to be destroyed. You feel me? Lord willing, sooner than later. And he's comparing this to something that happened to us when we was coming out of our first captivity, and we was following and going astray after a man named Balaam. You feel me? He was what you would call like a good speaker. He was such a good speaker that he could trick the people. You feel me? And like a pastor do, or what they call it, a motivational speaker. I can't think of the name. It's a bunch of different names for people nowadays that just go out and talk. They ain't got no degrees or nothing. They just go out and just tell you what you should do the whole time. They living in a shack somewhere. You feel me? But that's just like this dude, Balaam. You feel me? He going out trying to tell you what you should do the whole time. He wicked as hell. You feel me? Like real talk. That's why I say they prop these people up, telling us we need to follow them. When the whole time, them people ain't even living what they telling you to do. And that's what we was doing all the way back then with this guy right here. And we doing it all over again now under the Romans.
Who love the wages of unrighteousness.
Right. And that's majority of people is getting paid to tell us to do these things that we're doing. Majority of these people is getting paid to tell us to vote for this person, vote for that person, smoke this, drink that, wear this, take this type of woman. You should be with this type of woman. You feel me? They are getting paid to do that. So we can go astray, so we can go off. The masses of us could do it. While they somewhere, they ain't doing the stuff they told us to do. They ain't even living like that. You keep going.
But was rebuked for his iniquity.
Right. And he got stopped because what he was about to do, he was about to lead us astray at a mass rate. And he got rebuked. You feel me? Like he got stopped for what he was about to do.
The dumb man speaking with man's voice forbid the madness of the prophets.
Right. So yeah, it was this is happening in the Old Testament. You feel me? He hit the donkey and the donkey spoke words. And that was that's the type of stuff that it takes for black people to really see, you feel me, the play. That's the sad part about it. It's gonna take stuff like that to happen for a black person to really stop sinning, stop following after America, stop living the American agenda. You feel me? Because it became a part of our custom. It became a part of us now. It became a part of us where it's nothing we could really do to get a person to stop sinning. You feel me? This is something that'll never happen. Come on, a donkey talking. That was something the Lord had to do because he knew that this man was going to trick all of Israel to going backwards. But this is just a metaphor to show you that that's what it'll take with our people, because our people so hard-headed that it'll take some like a miracle like that to get us as a mass rate to stop celebrating Christmas, to stop celebrating our birthday, you feel me, New Year's, to come into the truth. Let's just be plain about it, just to come into the truth. It's going to take miracles to get majority of our people to come into the truth. Most of us is just going to be on the sideline watching until Christ returns. Like real talk. And that's just the honest truth. So what we doing, we just trying to go and get the people that the Lord called. Because it's people, it's brothers and sisters that the Lord called. and they just waiting for us to come find them. Then you got a bunch of other people, they ain't trying to have none of that. They think we have crazy anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, you can drop that. Dumb, you can go to Proverbs 11 and 20.
Okay. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 20. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord.
Right. And a fraud, that's talking about crooked. You feel me? They got a crooked heart, which means your mind is telling you to do stuff that's off. You feel me? Stuff that's off. When something's crooked, if you build something that's crooked, you got to tear it down. You feel me? And to rebuild it straight. You can't build no skyscraper and you get like 2 feet in the air. I mean, you get like 15, 20 feet in the air and see that it's slanted and be like, well, we just going to keep going. That's not how it goes. You're going to have to tear that whole thing down and start over. But most people just keep building, you feel me, on their crookedness.
Yeah.
Like America, they just keep building on it. They never thought once to stop and tear it down and start over.
Right.
Give black people, Native Indians, Hispanics what they owed, and let's just move forward. They know they keep building on their crookedness. That's what them 535 members of Congress is for. So they can just keep building on their crookedness, like real talk.
But such as are upright in their way are his delight.
Right. But the people that's upright, the people that do the right thing, that's the delight of the Lord. But the people that's crooked, that's an abomination. All those black people you seen in the executive branch, those people are abominations. All those black people that's in the House of Representatives and that's in the Senate, those people are abominations to the Lord because they crooked. They crooked. They off.
Look at verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Right. And that's the point, though. So with that being said, you got all these different people with these different agendas. You got people that want to help Babylon. You got people that want to destroy Babylon. You got people that want Babylon to fall. You got people that want Babylon to rise. Regardless, though hand the wicked should not go unpunished. You feel me? It's not going to go unpunished. For what happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, no matter who you got in the Congress or in the executive branch, you're not going unpunished for the 400 years of slavery. It's not going to happen. I don't care if all 666 members of the Congress was black and Hispanic. You're not going unpunished, thus saith the Bible. The same one you swear on when you go to court. That's what it's saying there. I don't know if they know it or not. Why they in there falsely arresting brothers, beating them half to death while they locked up. I wonder, do they know that in that same book that they got us swearing in on, that it says the wicked is not going unpunished. It's not going to happen.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. You can give every reparations. It's not going to happen. What Biden say he giving $770 to the members that was affected by the fire? Man, look, that ain't going to even pay for a half of the damage.
Right.
These people lost their homes, cars, clothes, everything that the insurance said they not paying for. It's not covered under the insurance. Like real talk.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Right, and that's a fact. The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Who is the seed of the righteous? That smooth man. Not the hairy one, the smooth one. That's the one that's going to be delivered. Because Jacob and Esau was brothers. They was twins, separated at birth into becoming two different nations. One of them is wicked, and one of them was righteous. Like real talk. And the seed of the righteous, that's who's going to be delivered. Because that's the one that got the blessing.
Verse 22. As a jewel of gold in the swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
Right. So just like a jewel and a gold of a swine's snout. Now, a pig, swine is a pig. Pig is unclean. It's one of the most unclean animals on earth. You feel me? The same is a pretty woman without discretion. You feel me? She ain't got no, she's not discreet.
Ooh.
She's not trying to avoid offenses. You feel me? She don't care about who she offend. She don't care. It means nothing to her. Like real talk. And right now, the so-called white man is using our fair woman, our pretty women, to destroy us. That's what he's doing. He's using our pretty women, the pretty women of Israel, the daughters of Israel, to destroy us. Because that's one of his agendas, to destroy the black household. You feel me? Real talk. And he got these women out here, they ain't got no discretion at all, because this is part of their agenda. You feel me? Real talk. But yeah, let's drop that. By your mouth, if you can go to Revelations 21:1.
The book of Revelations, chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Oh, wait, slide. Let me get that with.
Oh, sorry.
No, you good. And it's John the Revelator. It's John the Revelator again. You feel me? He say he saw a new heaven and a new earth. Now, of course, the Christians don't know the Bible, so the Christians will say that that's talking about the planet. No, that's not what it's talking about. It's not what it's talking about. And you ain't going to heaven to sit with God. It's not gonna happen. He don't want to sit with you. He want to chill with you. He not letting Tupac and Biggie smoke blunts up there either. Right. Keep saying that. I'm sick of people saying that. You going to heaven to smoke blunts with Biggie and Tupac. Man, look, that's the white man's customs, though. So his customs to the point where we believe that's what they doing up there. That's not what's happening. The new heaven and the new earth is talking about on the planet. You feel me? That's just talking about a changing of the guard. You know, right now, the rulers of the planet is commonly known as white people. White people are the rulers of the planet. You hear me? You do anything to a white person, they send in SEAL Team 6 in there. Like they did for Bin Laden. Bin Laden threw them planes into the World Trade Center. They hunted his ass down all the way until an African got in office. You hear me? Obama come out with the most unswagless motherfucker I ever seen in my life. Got him. When they killed Bin Laden, he come out. He wanted to make himself sound so cool. He told me, we got him. Like, man, shut up. They've been hunting his ass since 2002. Show ass up. Like real talk. But with a new heaven and a new earth is talking about a new high and a new low. A new upper class and a new lower class. Because right now the upper class is prominently known as white people, and the lower class is prominently known as blacks and Hispanics. I'm saying new earth because it's talking about low, like low to the ground.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Right, they was passed away. It's done. You feel me? Because we already talked about how he said he's saying Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. And a habitation of devils. You feel me? He's seen Babylon the Great, which is talking about America. He's seen it falling apart. So after it falls, it has to be a new, something new has to come from that. And the new thing that he's seen was it's a new upper class, a new lower class. And the new lower class he's seeing is the people that's ruling the planet. And the new upper class he's seeing is the people that they look down on.
And there was no more sea.
Right, and no more sea. And that, when it's talking about the sea, it's talking about the sea of people. You feel me? The sea of people that was riding with whoever's high and against whoever's low. Because that's how it's always going to be. The sea of people, the majority of the people is going to ride with who's ever ruling. If black people ruling, the sea of people is riding with black people. The East Indians, the whoever else, all the heathens, they riding with whoever ruling. Right now, the white man's ruling, so they with America. They want to be Christians. You hear me? They want to be Christians. They want to be Baptists. Come over here, where they go to the strip clubs, go to the live with the white people, all that stuff, so they can feel a little bit of their power, like real talk. But once we get the ruling, ain't gonna be no more of that. Everybody gonna be trying to follow after us and do what we do.
Verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city.
Hold on, wait. And of course, and also the sea, there was no more sea, is talking about the lies. You feel me? It's also talking about that flood of lies, the flood of lies that the white man taught. You feel me? That flood of lies that the white man has always taught us since the time of the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. That agenda that he's been pushing is gone. You feel me? That agenda is gone. The lies is gone. The people is gone.
Verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
Right now, why, if Jerusalem is in the Middle East, why the hell is it coming out of heaven? You feel me? Why is it coming out of heaven? Because it's not the same no more. You feel me? This city that he's seeing is not the one that you see now. The one that's over there now, that's not it. You feel me? It's gonna look way different. It's gonna be way more beautiful. You feel me? It's gonna be so beautiful as if it came down from heaven, like as it came from the Most High. That's how beautiful it looked.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right. You know how they get a bride all done up, get the makeup, the dress, all that stuff. Get her done up real nice. That's how it looked at. That's what he compared it to. When he's saying the New Jerusalem, he's saying Israel. Finally, the true Israelites is back home. It was like a woman getting prepared to be married to her husband. It was beautiful.
Right.
Like real talk. I say, yeah, we could drop that. Nakodum, if you can go Psalms 137 and 7.
Okay.
And Gabari Mafia, you go to Revelation 7 and 3.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it.
Oh, wait.
Like,
now, this is King David. He's saying, remember, O Lord. He's talking to the Most High. The children of Edom. Remember them. Who was the children of Edom? Esau. So-called white man. The hairy man. 666.
Oh, so look.
Babylon the Great.
Right.
He said, remember them. You feel me? Remember them.
Who said, raise it. Raise it.
Right. They said, raise it. Whenever we went to war, whenever some heathens tried to come to Israel and overtake us, or they seen us going into captivity, Esau, the so-called white man, said, raise it, raise it. He's talking about burn it, burn it. That's what he said. So when you see California fire, when you see the East Coast being basically destroyed defunded, losing money, all that over the snow, over the weather. Just remember that one time you was going through something and they didn't have sympathy for you.
Right.
They ain't sending Red Cross, Blue Shield, Ukraine sending firefighters to help out, other countries sending firefighters to help out. Remember, that's not what happened to you. Black people, how soon we forget that nobody helped us in slavery. During the Trail of Tears, nobody sent help for us. They just said, raise it, raise it. And that's old English for burn it, destroy it, destroy it. And that's what they said to us. So next time you got sympathy, you see the fires burning in California, you hear about the cold weather, you hear about America going to war again. Just remember that when that happened to you, they said, burn it, burn it. The next time you got sympathy for this place, because this place ain't got no sympathy for you. They got 535 members of Congress right now coming up with different ways to destroy your life. They sitting there, they country on fire. They figuring out how to ways to destroy you. They country is on fire, literally, and they trying to figure out ways to destroy you. Real talk. You can drop that. You go ahead to the what you got, the white mom.
The book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of our God and their foreheads.
Right. Now, this is talking about nuclear war. You feel me? This is talking about nuclear war, because when the angels come back, when Christ come back, he coming back with the angels, and they're going to destroy this place. They're going to destroy this place. But John the Revelator is saying that they're not going to do it yet until they have for sure sealed the servants of God. They for sure sealed with the philosophy. I ain't going to even say philosophy, with the truth. You feel me? They have to for sure seal the truth in a certain amount of men's foreheads before this place can get destroyed. That's why I say Christ, the Most High Christ, waiting on us. You waiting on Christ, the Most High Christ is waiting on us.
Right.
They waiting on us, because they say, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. So we make sure that they got these laws and these commands inside of them. Real talk. You go ahead.
And I heard, verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Right, 144,000 of all the tribes of Israel. That's our government. They got their government, 666. That's our government. Until we get our government sealed, 144,000 Israel, which is 12,000 from each tribe. The Most High ain't sending Christ back to destroy this place. Really, they waiting on us. You feel me? They waiting on us to come back and destroy this place for what they did to us. And this show you the Christians ain't the truth, because it's 7 billion Christians. The Bible say they just did 144,000. It's 7 billion Christians, 3-4 billion Muslims, black Muslims. You feel me? You got people, it's billions of people in these religions, and you got 144,000. That's because they ain't got the truth, and they not in the truth. Like real talk. Yeah, but that's in the nice class, you feel me? Real talk. The water for you brothers coming in here with me.
Most sweat.
For y'all. Feel me? Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, Get the Wednesday class back cracking soon. Tune in for the podcast every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. You feel me? Everybody out there listening, pay your tithes, 10% of everything you get. You feel me? Give to the men of the Lord. You feel me? Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat.